yang dulu catering kayaknya dilihat jelek sama seorang. You know catering dulu seperti apa kan, Rah? Even nggak usah dikasih menunya, you will know what menu you have, right? Apa meja pakai rempel, dipakai pushpin, right? That was a thing of the past. After I graduated, pulang ke Jakarta, I did a lot of jobs before, sebelum masuk ke sini. I did work at a TV station. Nobody knows about this. And then I work at the. I was a teacher for 3 years. And I ngajar sebagai guru art juga, and then entrepreneurship, and then Mandarin, Chinese. So kalau dibilang langsung terjun, enggak juga. So I have like odd jobs before, which I'm not regretting. I actually like being a teacher for 3 years. All my students are great. Okay, they're quite successful, and I cannot imagine being a teacher would be so rewarding, because you can see the end product, seeing their lives now, and some of them actually say thank you for being their teacher. When I was teaching them, I didn't know mereka itu bakalan seperti ini. And I said, 3 years of my life being a teacher was great. I didn't waste anything. Menanam sesuatu, ternyata tumbuh. Ya kan? Hasilnya nggak langsung. Tapi right after you be smiling about it. And I am always smiling when I see my students' achievement. Anyway, comes the family business. Right? Waktu pertama kali buka is actually not seriously bisa dibilang like big. Yes, we have a big place, but there's nobody. So we started from zero. 3 years, no, not 3 years. The first couple of months was, what the heck am I doing? You get what I mean? Yeah. You get that feeling, right? Yeah. Terus kita bilang gini, I am a creative person. Why am I doing this business, right? Tapi my family really likes food. I like food. We're passionate about food. Not just our family, like inti family inti ya. The whole big family suka makan semua. And kita kalau misalnya ada makanan enak, we share about it. And we try to sometimes we try to make it by ourselves juga. So we just bukannya kita cuman suka makan, cuman passionate doang, kita juga suka bikin, kita juga suka masak. Jadi this business actually makes sense. Tapi when kita I ditendang pretty much untuk masuk ke family business, untuk jalanin bisnis ini, it was bukannya nggak mau, tapi I don't know how to. Right? Sebetulnya nggak tahu gimana, tapi dijalanin, belajar, and ternyata our business model bagus. It changes the business, the industry. Yang dulu catering kayaknya dilihat jelek sama seorang. You know catering dulu seperti apa kan, Rah? Even nggak usah dikasih menunya, you will know what menu you have, right? Tapi kita ngerubah itu semua. Dari penampilan, kebersihan, rasa, originality, even the setup and the look of it, itu semua dirubah di Jakarta. Maybe Indonesia now berubah. Nggak pakai lagi itu apa meja pakai rempel, dipakai pushpin, right? That was a thing of the past, and I'm glad that we changed that di Jakarta, especially. Kita bikin konsep tuh sebetulnya gini. Kenapa catering di Indonesia nggak bisa berkembang? Karena bikinnya, I think, asal-asalan. Jadi I think semua business model catering yang pertama dulu orang semua bikin itu cuma di copy paste. They're not imaginative. Menunya sama, right? Terus tampilannya pun sama, ya kan? Nggak berubah. Waktu kita bikin ini, kita research lumayan lama. Kenapa kita research lumayan lama? Karena kita bingung kenapa di Indonesia nggak berkembang. Padahal di luar negeri catering itu jauh lebih berkembang daripada hotel. So what we did is nggak ada yang lakuin. We were the first one to do it gitu loh dulu. Setupnya kita rubah, kebersihannya kita jaga. Flavor sama menunya kita rubah. Kenapa enggak? Ya kan? Kalau dibilang Indonesia punya standar kayak food standard harus seperti ini, nggak ada. Nggak ada. So kita belajar dari setupnya kitchen airline, where hygiene, ya kan, kebersihan itu sebetulnya nomor 1 kalau buat mereka, ya kan, harus food safety-nya lebih terjaga lah gitu, karena kalau ada sesuatu di atas akan masalah, ya kan. Jadi kalau buat mereka itu bukan tentang flavornya, flavor is nomor 2, kebersihan itu nomor 1. So the layout of the kitchen and settings of the kitchen sama food safety-nya kita ikutan airline. Oke? Kalau airline cuman mentingin kebersihannya, kita harus ada dua. Selain kebersihan sama food safety, udah pasti rasa harus bagus dong. Tapi menunya itu aja kan dulu kan, gak ada yang berubah. Why can't they have kayak rice bowl pakai wagyu sama enoki gitu? Why not? Bisa kan seperti itu. We can have Japanese food di catering. We can have Thai food, right? We can have Western food juga. Kenapa enggak? Kenapa nggak bisa? Kenapa cuma bisa di hotel yang seperti itu? Even hotel juga dulu sebelum ada, I'm not gonna say any hotel at the moment namanya siapa, yang mulai pioneer good food. Before that, semua makanan di hotel nggak bisa dimakan. Tapi they keep on doing receptions in the hotel until today. Ya kan? Kenapa catering nggak bisa? Kita bisa, cuma lebih ribet aja. Mau lebih ribet aja. Kalau kita nggak mau lebih ribet dan nggak mau do the extra work, then nggak akan ada hasil yang lebih bagus. Ya kan? Dengan adanya waktu itu kita bikin sesuatu dengan my business, we go the extra mile. Of course, harga pasti gini deh ya. You want good products, you want good service, ada harga, ada barang dong, ya kan? Nggak bisa dong kasih good service, makanan enak, chefnya bagus, right? Bisa masak enak gitu segala macam, nggak di-appreciate. Nggak mungkin, doesn't work that way. Waktu itu kita when doing this business, we're just thinking about how to be excellent, how to do business lebih excellent. So my standard in men, as long as you can tolerate me, you're not stupid, you're not younger than me, you're not younger than me, and you're not shorter than me, and I like you, we're okay.